Good afternoon and welcome to Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground, home of cricket in Hong Kong for the 2024 East Asia Cup.
Good afternoon. I'm Mona Wong, and three of East Asia's top cricket teams, Hong Kong, China, Japan and China, come together for 4 days of exciting T20 international action.
Game 1 saw a big win for Hong Kong China over China, with Hong Kong putting on 171 for 5 in their 20 overs and restricting China to 48 for 8 in reply.
Every day from today till Friday, Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground will see two T20Is play each morning and afternoon. Then on Saturday morning, the thrilling East Asia Cup final will be decided between the top two sides from 9 a.m.
Game 2 of the East Asia Cup will see home side Hong Kong China take on Japan. Hong Kong, the 21st ranked side, versus the 51st ranked Japan.
While on paper the team rankings seem distant, Japan is actually on the rise in T20I and will be looking for an upset to start off their East Asia Cup campaign.
Game start time is listed for 2 p.m, so it's now time to cross out to the middle for the toss and pitch report with Jay Dancing Honey.
Thanks, Aaron. Ni hao, lei ho, and konnichiwa. Welcome to Game 2 of the 2024 Men's East Asia Cup. Hong Kong, China playing their second game of the day. Japan playing their first game of the tournament. Both the captains, as well as match manager Kiani Hasnan and reserve umpire Shelton De Cruz, are out in the middle. Who's got the coin? Nazakat's got the coin. Heads is the call. Kendall, I think we picked that up just now. You're going to have a bat?
Yeah, that's right. I guess we pride ourselves on defending totals, whatever we get. We know Hong Kong are a very strong outfit, so we'll try to put our best foot forward and, yeah, get on the board here.
I think you have a couple of changes in your squad due to work and availability. I think Alex Shirai Patmore has flown back along with Piyush, so I'm guessing you have some changes to your 11?
Yeah, we've lost a bit of experience in losing those two. We've had Munib, Mian Sadiq and Marcus Thurgate fly into our squad. They'll be resting today, but yeah, a few changes to our team.
Yeah, no doubt. And like I said, you know, you've spent a lot of time on the road now. I feel like it's been at least a few weeks that you've been on the road. Do you think that hurts you or that helps you as a team?
Oh, probably a little bit of both, to be honest. But I mean, we still haven't quite put it together in one game. I think we're getting there. We probably put our best batting performance in our last game against Singapore. Unfortunately, we couldn't defend 215. But this tournament is a great opportunity for us to try to put all three facets of the game together.
After 5.5 years, it's so nice to have Japan back playing the East Asia Cup in Hong Kong. Best of luck for today and the rest of the tournament.
Yep, thanks.
Nazakat, you will be bowling first. Happy with that?
Yeah, I would ideally bat first on this wicket, but toss again, it's not in my control. So yeah, we have to bowl well now.
Any changes to your 11 from this morning?
Yes, we have a few changes. Sorry, I can't remember. Yeah, it's a tough one. But yeah, I think Haroon Arshad is coming in to play today in this game. Anna's left arm spinner. So yeah, we have a couple of changes on this game.
Okay, great. Best of luck today, Nazakat. So there you have it. Japan win the toss, and they're going to have a bat first. Back to you, Aaron. But before that, I'm going to walk you through this pitch. So same pitch that was used this morning. And once again, if we pan down here, you can see a nice covering of grass. So early on with the new ball, that's going to be the time to take early wickets in the power play. But if you're batting first, and if you're Japan, the last thing you want to do is lose too many quick wickets in those first 3 or 4 overs. So I would say batting first is a good toss to win for Japan. Nazakat agrees with me. And let's play. It's game 2. Back to you, Aaron.
Thank you, Jay. Out there, remembered the pitch report in the end, and it's a very nice pitch. We played on it this morning as well for Game 1 of the East Asia Cup. Game 2, how far away now? 27 minutes. It's Hong Kong, China versus Japan, and great to hear from the captains. Nazakat Khan for Hong Kong, China, of course. He was out there this morning. Kendall Karawaki Fleming, the captain for Japan, who quite possibly has a thicker Australian accent than I do. Great for Jay to have a chat with him out in the middle, and we'll be seeing both teams out there very shortly. And we're going to run through the team lists as soon as we receive them. As Nazakat Khan suggested, a couple of changes in the side for Hong Kong, China in the afternoon game. Anas Khan coming in. Haroon Arshad, he told us. I have the full team lists up on the screen. As soon as we get hold of them, Jay making his way back from the centre will join us in commentary shortly as well. Beautiful conditions here today at Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground for cricket. Even a bit warm, really. It is the middle of February. We're still in winter here in Hong Kong. But you wouldn't know it, 25 degrees out in the middle, 25.3 at the moment. It's down from a high of 26.5 a bit earlier, so pleasant conditions. The Hong Kong side won't mind. Japan's been down in Malaysia, so they'll be acclimatised as well. Keep hearing Nasrullah Runner practicing some shots directly at my effects mic attached to the sight screen. That's the sounds, the dongs and the bings you can hear. Also, thank you to Mona Wong for joining the commentary broadcast for this East Asia Cup. If you missed this morning's game, go back and watch it. She held an interview with the captain from China, Captain Wei, and they did that in Mandarin and dual language into English. Good little addition to the Cricket Hong Kong broadcast for the East Asia Cup. Also our very fancy shirts that we're wearing. We've got the team list ready. We're going to pull them up on screen and run through them. There we are for Hong Kong. Nazaka Khan, who played this morning along with Azaz and Anshuman Ruth, player of the match in game one. Jamie Atkinson played. He's going to have the wicketkeeper gloves on. Zishan Ali having a rest this afternoon. Ahsan Khan still in the side. Anas Khan, as Nazaka mentioned at the toss, one of the additions to this team this afternoon. Martin Kutsia, Nazrullah Rana, Harun Ashad, the other one joining. And there's actually a big name right at the bottom that Nazaka Khan didn't remember. Yasin Murtazan. Baba Hyatt into the side. He's the sub in the first game. The big hitting number 4 for Hong Kong China. Baba Hyatt joining his Kowloon Cricket Club teammates Azaz Khan and Jamie Atkinson. Atiq Iqbal, also from KCC, having a rest in the afternoon game after taking a wicket in the morning's match against China. For Japan, you know the captain out there, Kendall, having a chat. Koji Abe, Charlie Hines, Kazuma, Kato Stafford, Waturu Miyachi, the wicketkeeper. Ravichandran, Rio Sakurano, Declan Suzuki Macomb, Makoto Taniyama, Ibrahim Takahashi and Lachlan Yamamoto Lake. A good side for Japan. They'll be taking it to Hong Kong China today. Japan, following on for what Hong Kong China did this morning, won the toss and elected to bat on this pitch. Hong Kong China putting on 171 this morning for 5. And if you didn't watch that game, go back and watch the third over. Or actually in the innings break we showed it again. 3 wickets for China in 4 balls, had Hong Kong China 13 for 3. Might be looking for a repeat of that for the afternoon's game for sure, Hong Kong China. They'll be batting second. First up, it will be Japan with the bat in hand. And bowling for Hong Kong China. They've taken a few out and they've added a few in. So Atiq Iqbal and the debutant Dhananjay Rao having a rest in game 2. Coming in, Harun Ashad, Baba Hyatt and Anas Khan. Zishan Ali having a rest with the gloves, did a great job getting a stumping off Ahsan Khan's final delivery of his 4-over spell this morning. So Zishan have a rest. Jamie Atkinson in the side this week, available, happy to be here, and he's got the gloves on for Hong Kong China again, as he used to many, many times in the past. You can hear the gusts of wind continuing here at Tin Kwong Road, just blowing across the ground. It's actually quite nice. Sounds a bit gusty, but it's actually pleasant in this baking sun, really, for a February day. About 21 minutes away from game time here at Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. And if you did miss this morning's game, I'll just quickly run through the results of that, because the East Asia Cup, all games count. It's not just here for fun. Somebody at the end on Saturday morning, after the final game, will hold aloft the East Asia Cup. And it was Hong Kong China v China this morning, with Hong Kong winning the toss, electing to bat, putting on that 171 and for 5. And China batting out there 20 overs. They'll be very happy with that. 48 for 8. Game 2. There's 6 games in total before we get to the finals. Hong Kong China playing back-to-back games today. It'll be Japan playing 2 games tomorrow. And then on Friday, China playing 2 games. And we'll have a decision on who makes the final Saturday morning, live from Tin Kwong Road and on Cricket Hong Kong YouTube, fan code in India, the final of the East Asia Cup this Saturday from 9 AM Hong Kong time.
Tom.
9 minutes from game time here at the East Asia Cup, Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground in Hong Kong. Looking resplendent in the sunshine. Aaron Bush with you for this big game. Hong Kong, China v Japan. Lots of big games going on for the Hong Kong, China teams around the world. You just saw a video of the Hong Kong, China women's team and their victorious Tri-Nations win at Hong Kong Cricket Club. They were playing today in the quarter-final of the Asian Cricket Council Women's Premier Cup. Needed a win over Thailand. Thailand restricted Hong Kong, China to 92 for 8 in their 20 overs. And unfortunately for Hong Kong supporters, Thailand chased them down with 5 balls to spare. Won the game by 3 wickets. Thailand will go on to the semi-final. And that ends the ACC Women's Premier Cup campaign for the Hong Kong, China women's team. Here for the East Asia Cup, you can see the Hong Kong side on screen. Anas Khan joining the playing 11 for this game 2. He was a sub in the first game. I actually called a game with him yesterday. Very good, Anas Khan, and he's very good in the field, not just with the ball in hand. So he'll be up and about fielding and bowling as Hong Kong, China lost the toss. Japan elected to bat. So it'll be back-to-back bowling spells for the Hong Kong, China team after batting first this morning's game 1 of the East Asia Cup. You see Jamie Atkinson next to Azaz Khan there with the wicketkeeper gloves. He's taking over the duties for game 2 from Zishan Ali, who's having a well-earned rest. A fine stumping in that first game. Also playing the second game for the first time in the East Asia Cup 2024. Bubba Hyatt there, number 10. Team getting in the huddle. The umpires heading out to the middle as well, just in the background. Umpires Niaz Ali and John Prakash. The batters also heading out to the middle for Japan. Opening the batting for Japan will be Lachlan Yamamoto Lake. And the captain, Kendall Karawaki Fleming. They're all out the middle first. They're eager. There's the umpires, John Prakash and Niaz Ali. Hong Kong making their way out into the field. This morning we saw Dhananjay Rao, the new debutant for Hong Kong, China, open the bowling. He won't be opening the bowling today as he is having a rest as well. Looks like Haroon Ashad might be throwing the pill to start with from the Argyle Street end. Sounds like we're going to get underway a bit early again. We had the game 1 get underway a couple of minutes early, and this one, everybody's ready. It's 1:55. Get underway nice and early. If you decided to drop in at 2 p.m. to watch the game, you'll probably miss the first over at this rate. Haroon Ashad with ball in hand. Jay Dancing Hani back in the commentary position, looking resplendent in his gold jacket. You saw him out there at the toss.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, Aaron. Kind of struggling to take this off right now.
I was wondering why it was still on, considering how warm it is out in the middle. 26 degrees at the moment here in Hong Kong. I managed to unbutton mine after doing the intro.
There we go, it's off. I'm free. Stylish for sure, but not exactly sweat wicking.
It would have been perfect last week for the bilateral series against Malaysia, where it was freezing cold, 11 degrees each morning. And that's how the weather changes so much in Hong Kong.
I'm never going to forget Syed Aziz and his beanie.
It was fantastic. And my big snow jacket. That was the envy of every player from Malaysia and Hong Kong. No need for it today. I'm in the t-shirt in the commentary position.
You want to do the first 5?
Ready to get underway. Game 2, East Asia Cup 2024, Haroon Ashad.
This is where Hong Kong need to be really, really careful. Your Lachlan Yamamoto Lake and of course Kendall Fleming, the 2 best batters for Japan.
Also mentioned after the toss, he's got one of the best Australian accents I've heard in a long time. Stronger than mine. And he's at the non-striker's end, the captain. Locked on strike. As Haroon comes in again from the Argyle Street end.
Yeah, these two, without a doubt, the backbone of this Japanese batting lineup. They've been 10-50 plus score for Japan in men's T20Is. 6 of them have come off the bat of Kendall Fleming. 3 of them have come off the bat of Lockie Yamamoto Lake. So 9 out of 10 half centuries for Japan in this format, coming from these 2 men in the middle right now.
I mentioned in the intro how there's a 30 position gap in the ICC rankings, but these teams are much closer than that. There's Haroon Rashad starting with a couple of dots. Comes firing in again. Leaves that one alone. Through to Jamie Atkinson, the keeper.
Yeah, nice to see Jamie behind the sticks for a change here for Hong Kong, China. Some familiar faces in this Japanese lineup. Makoto Taniyama, who was part of that 2018 East Asia Cup squad. Not only was he the top run scorer for Japan in that tournament, also Japan's top wicket taker in that tournament. Great to see Taniyama back in Hong Kong after 5.5 years.
Haroon Rashad again to Yamamoto Lake. Bat on ball this time as it pops up. Big call of no from the captain, sends him back. Haroon racks up another dot ball.
Yeah, good start this from Haroon. 4 dot balls in a row. And of course, Haroon Rashad, every now and then he can spray the ball around, especially with the new ball. But he's one of those bowlers, when he gets it right, he's a very tough person to contend with.
Still a bit gusty out there. Afternoon breeze in at Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. 2 balls remaining in the first. Like you say, good start for Haroon. Can be wayward at times. Oh, and he beats the outside edge, did he? Did he get the edge? Umpire Prakash says no edge.
That was a big appeal from Haroon. Look at this, bent his back. Got that extra bounce. Nah, that wasn't an outside edge. There was daylight there between bat and ball.
Jamie was very convinced with the gloves on. Haroon went up after Jamie. Another dot ball in the books.
Yeah, important start this for Hong Kong, China. Lockie Yamamoto Lake has very happy memories of playing against the home side. Scored 60 off 36 against Hong Kong, China at the Asian Games.
Finishing off the first over, Haroon Rashad. Can he finish it off with a dot? Yes, he can. Haroon Rashad opens with the maiden for Hong Kong, China, and after one, Japan are still none for no loss.
Yeah, still plenty of batting to come here for Japan. We've got the likes of Ibi Takahashi in that dugout, but also Makoto Taniyama coming back to Hong Kong after 5.5 years. They bat deep, it has to be said. Another thing about Japan, a lot of the parents of these Japanese players are sitting in the VIP section.
Jay got the binoculars out, and I think Nizaka is going to pull the trigger and perhaps open with Ehsan Khan from the softball ground end.
Yeah, good move, good move. Against the left-hander as well. For Hong Kong, I'm sure they've done their research on Kendall Karawaki Fleming. He's very strong down the ground, particularly at that long off area. But he jumps on anything that's even a little bit too short. You can see him eyeing up that leg side as well. He loves that aerial pull shot and deepened wicket. Good contest.
It is Ehsan Khan to the captain, and watchful to start with from Karawaki Fleming.
Oh, look at that, 7 dot balls to kick off this innings.
And again, faster this time from Ehsan. Same result. Now 8 dot balls. That's exactly what you want in T20 cricket.
He's a good guy, Kendall Fleming, a player agent as well.
Gives himself room, puts that over the top of the infield. That's going to be a boundary. That's the way to get off the mark and get the runs on the board for Japan.
I love watching him bat. Kendall Katawaki Fleming, one of my favorite batters in associate cricket. And here's why. Like I said, even a little bit short, just a little bit of room. Created more room by backing away. First boundary, first runs.
Hassan Khan resets, this time Fuller just along the ground where it flew over the top of Anshuman Russ's head previously for a boundary. Two balls remaining in the second. Always a fast over from Hassan Khan. He's just moving Yasim Murtaza out of slip. Back onto the circle, straight back from the slip position. He's ready to bowl again. Gets a big leading edge this time, but stays along the ground.
Yeah, you love to see it. Coming wide of the crease there. Fired in, but still getting some purchase off this deck.
Last delivery, strays onto the pads this time. Harun Ashad will clean up, keep it to a single. Good over for Japan, 5 off it, and after 2 they are 5 for no loss.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a current update, but we were talking about this off camera. Ranked 51 in T20I cricket. They're a much better team than that. A big reason why they're ranked 51 is they only made their T20I debut in 2022. And a big part of that, of course, was because of the pandemic and all the restrictions. So the sub-regional qualifier as well for the East Asia Pacific region was delayed. But look, that's all in the past. The important thing is they're here. It's been 5.5 long years. And they're a very dangerous team, especially these two out in the middle right now.
Harun Ashad to continue from the Argyle Street end. His first chance to bowl at the left-handed Fleming. Looks like he will stay over the wicket. I think he is. Standing very wide is Lake. I don't think he'll be bowling around the wicket. We'll find out as he comes running in now. It is over the wicket. Effort ball. Bobbler on Martin Kutsia, so they'll get through for a single.
And how's this for a statistic? Kendall Katawaki Fleming averages more than 39 in T20I cricket, strikes at an astonishing 153. And he's the top run scorer for Japan in men's T20I cricket. Said 43 sixes in 20 innings. You've got to be kidding me.
Hope we see some fireworks coming soon. Harun Ashad. Oh, there we go. That has gone a long, long way back. Big 6, big maximum.
And that's what he did against Hong Kong in the Asian Games. That's Yamamoto Lake on this occasion. Beautiful shot. Yeah, once again, an effort ball. But he was ready for that. Bang. High and handsome. First maximum for Yamamoto Lake and for Japan.
Bubba Hyatt down there trying to find it in the jungle. Could not. Replacement ball already in the 3rd over. Harun Ashad gone for 7 off his first 2. Went for none off his first over. Maybe they were sighters for this Japanese opening batting outfit. We just got a quick delay. We did find the ball in the end. It wasn't Bubba, but somebody passed it to him. Maybe the crew down there from Cricket Hong Kong went back and found it. Both Japanese batters now on 6 off 7. Ashad to Lake. Goes big on the short boundary, but it's not going to carry, and it's going to fall into the hands of Azaz Khan, and the first wicket falls for Japan. They're 12 for 1.
Yeah, it's a massive, massive wicket. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Gotta give credit here to Harun Arshad. Kept plugging away. Tried to go aerial again. Tried to go down the ground. Just completely mishit that. And Azaz Khan, he can do no wrong these days. It's 12 for 1 after 2.5 overs. Loki Yamamoto Lake walks back to the pavilion for 6. And in at number 3 is Wataru Miyauchi, the wicketkeeper batter, colloquially known as Mio to his teammates and friends. Scored a half century as well a few days ago against Singapore.
Teammates and friends, what about commentators? Can we call him Mio, or is it?
Yeah, we can call him Mio.
Okay, well, Mio's coming out a bit earlier than he probably wanted, halfway through the 3rd over. Lake goes bang, then goes straight up in the air, and Harun Arshad gets the first wicket for Hong Kong China.
Yeah, remember I was down in Japan. Mio took me to a nice neighborhood izakaya when I was down there for the East Asia Pacific Sub-Regional Qualifier B. It's a long name, isn't it, for a tournament? We have a shorter name. 2024 Men's East Asia Cup. Simple. Straight to the point.
It is game 2 of the East Asia Cup. And Harun Arshad now bowling to the new batter, the wicketkeeper. He's going to get runs off the bat immediately as it pushes down to deep 3rd. Are they going to push for 2? SR Khan very quickly in, keeps it to a single.
Yeah, I'm probably giving away my age here, but strong parallels with someone like Tatenda Taibu. Similar build, that high backlift as well. A lot of energy at the crease. Both wicketkeeper batters also. Tatenda Taibu, remember him? Been a while. Love that name as well, Tatenda Taibu. There's a lot of alliteration there.
Fun to say on comms. The captain back on strike. Katawaki Fleming, 6 from 7. He's got 1 boundary already. That was just the 4. And Harun Arshad, 2 balls remaining in the 3rd. Comes down the pitch this time, smothers it as the ball was good.
Tell you what, I am loving this battle between bat and ball right now. Japan making a conscious effort to attack this power play. But Hong Kong China, the home team, they're up to the task.
It's a different look side than we saw for the 50 over format in the last fortnight here at Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground, but still top tier players. Just switching out some superstars for some more superstars, Hong Kong China. Noah Yu Shukla playing the East Asia Cup, who normally open the bowling. So Harun Arshad in this game has got the nod. Dhananjay Rao got the nod in the first game. He's going to go round the wicket now. Harun Arshad to finish off the 3rd over. And that's another effort ball into the pads of Fleming. Keeps it to a dot. A successful over for Hong Kong China. Good runs for Japan after 3. They are 13 for 1. And the crowd's coming in for this Japan game, including the Japan flag. I like it. Support here at the East Asia Cup. Team that won the toss and elected to bat. Hopefully they'll be down for both games tomorrow, as Japan will be featuring in both. One against China, one against Hong Kong again. First game will be from 9 AM, Japan versus China. First, we've got to get through game 2. Hassan Khan will continue from the softball ground end. Shuffles more field. I think Yassim's coming back into a slip position. Anas Khan's gone into a short leg. Drives hard, won't get all of it. Hassan Khan keeps it to a dot. The lucky 88 on his back, Hassan Khan. Oh, that's got through him. How has that not clipped the stumps, skidded on, stayed low? Everyone behind the stumps has just skipped on through. Uchi missing it all. This time he gets some of it though, but they have the sweeper. Martin could see her out deep mid wicket, just be the single. Will bring Katawaki Fleming back on strike, so changes to the field. No slip in place for the left-hander. He'll have the long off in place though. That he's not there. No long off right there as he goes straight over the top of the umpire's head for another boundary. Moves into double figures. Came down, attacked Hassan Khan. Katawaki Fleming, there you go, the couple of steps, crunched it straight over the top. Umpire Niaz Ali taking evasive action, but it was well over the top of his head. And this one, good ball from Hassan Khan. Gone for 5 runs in both his overs so far, 1 ball remaining in the 4th. And that one pushed, yes, no, back they go. Zaz Khan onto it in a flash, keeps it to a dot. The end of the 4th over. Japan are 18 for 1. Hassan Khan bowled his 4 overs this morning against China and got right down to the last ball, and I was mentioning that it's rare to ever see Hassan Khan not take a wicket, so he did the commentators a favour and took a wicket with his final delivery. As a change from the Argyle Street end, Azaz Khan will take over from Haroon Ashad, who's bowled 2 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 8. Seen Azaz Khan ease his way back into bowling after a side strain. His batting's been impeccable. His bowling's almost back up to its brilliant best. Occasional problems with overstep. It's the one flaw, if you had, could I have to mention one for Azaz Khan. Miyauchi on strike on 2. He pokes at that one. Slower. Didn't carry through to Jamie with the gloves on. Starting with the dot, Zaz Khan. Steams in again. A bit of a shuffle from Mio. Again, no run, dot ball. Now some Mirza, who we'll see with the ball in hand, I'm sure, probably replacing Hassan Khan. Maybe next over, depends how many overs the captain wants to give Hassan, but we might see Yassim take over from the softball ground end at the end of this over. Again with the shuffle, crunches that one. That's going to be a boundary. First boundary from Bio and over the ropes for 4. Had that shuffle, came to the fall of the ball, kept it along the ground. Raced down to the ropes for 4. Beautiful stroke. First boundary for Miyauchi. Flicked the back foot out. Got it out of the middle. No stopping that one. Khan again. Fuller. Lofted. This should be a wicket. Getting underneath it. Haroon Ashad takes the wicket. Azaz Khan lost the battle, won the war. Got hit for 4. And then the false stroke from Miyauchi. Straight up in the air. Azaz Khan gets his man, and Japan at 22. for 2. Very similar dismissal to the one Haroon Ashad got himself with ball in hand. Getting the scoop up in the air, trying to attack the short boundary to Argyle Street. And if my memory isn't failing me, I do believe Hong Kong China had the China side at 22 for 2. I've said 22 for 2 for a bit. 2 for 2. Having some drinks out there in the middle. Ravichandran coming to the crease for Japan. Two balls remaining in the 5th. Zakat Khan having a chat to Zaz Khan. Man that took the catch for him, Haroon, also standing by. You can see on the screen now. Talking about ball position, how to get the wickets. And he'll be bowling to Ravichandran. Watches that one go through to the keeper. Second time in this batting innings we've seen a boundary followed by a false stroke wicket. Caught in the same spot. Very similar shots, different bowler. Same result, 2 wickets down now inside the power play. 7 balls remaining inside the first power play. Pushes that one inside the tram lines, keeps it to a dot. 4 runs and a wicket coming from the 5th. Japan are 22 for 2.
Yeah, you get the sense it's the home side, Hong Kong China, who'd be more happy with this scoreline. 22 for 2. Loki Yamamoto Lake and Wataru Miyauchi both back in that Japanese dugout. So much now rests on the shoulders, the broad shoulders of Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Interesting man, Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Plays his cricket in Queensland. He's also a player agent for some pretty prominent international names. Change in bowling for the first time today. A bit of Anas Khan with his left arm spin. It's also the last over of the power play. Very small margin of error if you're bowling to Kendall Katawaki Fleming with the ball spinning in. I'll tell you one thing about Kendall. He loves that long off and deep extra cover region. So don't be surprised if he plants that foot forward. Just unleashes this golf swing. He's got the power, Kendall Katawaki Fleming. He's got the reputation. But for now, he's got Anas Khan to contend with.
Anas Khan still adjusting the field, but now he's ready.
Ooh, that's down the leg side. It's very poor. Waiting for the signal from the umpire. It's traveled to the boundary, and yes, signaled wide there by the umpire. So 4 runs in the wide delivery. That's 5 bonus runs here to Japan.
Was before that ball going to mention that Anas Khan played yesterday in the local domestic Sunday Elite League and took 3 wickets against it. Big scoring Kowloon Cricket Club.
After this ball, I've got a question for you, Aaron. It's cut away, can't find the gap. It's one of my signature trick questions. Guess who got Kendall Katawaki Fleming out when Hong Kong China played Japan at the Asian Games?
Well, because he was in the side, I'm going to guess Anas Khan.
Absolutely, absolutely. I gave it away.
You did.
It's an easy one.
Well, I like the easy ones.
Tossed up, big shot. It's just a play and a miss. You have a word for that, don't you, Aaron?
Fresh airy.
Ah, fresh airy. Intelligent stuff, though. It's that in-between length. You Can't exactly get your foot to the pitch of the ball with that one. Guided. This time he gets off strike. Sabaurish Ravichandran will be facing the left arm spinner for the first time today.
We're talking about that game yesterday that he played in. I mean, the team he bowled against scored 416 in 50 overs. Only 6 wickets fell. He took 3 of them. So he was a lone arm out there for his team. That's how good he can be. That's why he's got the call up.
It does his reputation no harm at all at the Asian Games. And that one keeping a bit low. Good comeback after those 5 wides.
The man who got out yesterday, in fact, is the man with the wicket-keeper gloves on, Jamie Atkinson, behind the stumps. And at the same time, Zishan Ali, who capped this morning, is in our commentary position having a chat to everyone.
Chops down on that one. Straight to Harun Arshad. Hey, good comeback this. 6 runs off the over so far. Final ball of the power play coming up. Slammed through the cover. Sabaurish Ravichandran. What a stylish way to get off the mark. 10 runs off the final power play over. After 6, it's 32 for 2.
Yeah, beautiful stroke. Picked the gap. It was in the air. Split between mid-off and cover. Bang. Through it goes. The shout of catch. Nobody there to catch that one.
Yeah, Ravichandran, one of the finest cricketers in Japan. I think it was 2022 when he won the Domestic Cricketer of the Year award. I need to double check that. He scores a bucket load of runs in domestic cricket in Japan. He's someone who's very, very harsh on himself. He's his own harshest critic, Sabaurish Ravichandran. And a multi-dimensional cricketer. Can bowl some very good leg spin, often bowls out his 4 overs in fact. Here's Azaz. Down the track, down the ground, out of the ground! Kendall Katawaki Fleming! Oh, deposits that into that Tin Kwong Road Housing Society. We have to take a look at this replay. Look at this. One of the shots of the tournament. Bang, as straight as an arrow. Beautiful. Yeah, you can see it's gone into those trees, over those trees. And we sure hope it hasn't hit someone's car. And an unlucky car owner slammed into something.
That is one of the biggest sixes I have seen at this ground, and I've seen a lot of sixes.
Kendall Katawaki Fleming turning it on at TKRG. Can he go 2 in a row? That's guided down to deep third. They'll be happy to see him off strike, Hong Kong, China.
Also broke the curse of boundary wicket. Happened twice already. For the 2 wickets that fell, they hit a boundary, then next ball got out. But the wily captain just guides it for a single.
It's going to be an important partnership this for the Japanese. That winning in score predictor of 148. I think that would be a decent total to defend here at TKRG. Maybe just a little bit light. For Japan, as a bare minimum, you want to get up to 150. Preferably pushing 160. Whipped away. It's a really good shot for just a single. Down to deep fine leg. You can see him just looking to the heavens there. Sabaurish Ravichandran. He's looking to get that a lot more square. Nonetheless, good over this for the Japanese. 8 runs off it. And of course, we had the boundary off the last ball of the power play. So the last 4 balls for Japan have have yielded 12 runs. Getting a bit tongue-tied. It's been a long day in the comm box. Lets it go. It's going to be a wide. He's going to have to re-bowl that.
And all of a sudden, the Japanese batters getting in the head of Azaz Khan.
Yeah, Aaron, I can hear your voice getting a bit raspy as well. It's been a long season, in fact, for the entire production unit and for us commentators as well. A lot of 50-over action before this. Bang, down the ground, doesn't move. It's out of the ground again. Another $600 that we're never going to see again. Ah, Kendall Kadawaki Fleming, that's $1,200 gone in this over.
Kendall Fleming feasting on Azaz Khan at the moment. Coming around the wicket, outside off, tries to keep it inside the tram lines. Doesn't matter, onto it quickly, out of the middle. Crunch, not as big as the last one. Big enough to leave Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground.
Yeah, absolutely just raced over the head of long off. My word. When he hits them, they stay hit. I'm telling you, pound for pound, one of the most entertaining batters in associate cricket. Oh, I think that's been nicked and put down. Yeah, it looked like it came off the edge there, Aaron.
Check the replay. It's hit straight down. Tough to put that one in the books, Shame, of a drop catch. He's chopped that straight down onto Jamie's toe.
Yeah,
Very much. Just
Take
about a chance, though. Azaz Khan will be happy with that. It's actually a dot.
Look at that, he's on 24 now. Misses out on that. 2 consecutive dots to round off the 7th over. 15 runs off that over, the best over of the innings. It's 47 for 2.
And Japan with 22 for 2. Hong Kong, China looking to contain the batters and maybe get more wickets. And at the moment, these two put together now a 25-run partnership off just 14 deliveries, and they've had to go to the master from the softball ground end. Yasim Murtaza into the attack.
Yeah, it's a left arm spinner. Like you said, replacing left arm spinner. Very similar. Both Yasim and Anas. They both get through their overs very, very quickly. Similar actions too. Interesting change though. Taken out of the attack after just 1 over. Here's Yasim. Bang! Goes Ravi Chandran. It's in the air. Catching chance. And taken in the deep. A big, big wicket this for Hong Kong, China. That's the end of Ravi Chandran for just 5. 3 wickets down now for the Japanese.
The master himself, Yasim Murtaza, strikes immediately. First delivery. Lured into the big stroke. Long boundary. Martin could see it down there waiting. Takes a good catch in the deep. Looking up into the sun. And the 3rd wicket falls for Japan.
Yeah, 47 for 3 in the 8th over. Just as it looked like Japan were getting not just back into the game, but maybe in front of the game. They had the momentum. And wicket falling seemingly against the run of play. Now a very exciting talent coming in at number 5 is Koji Hardgrave Abe.
I was just doing a count, Jay, of how many left armers Hong Kong China now have in this side. Usually there's 1, maybe 2. It's got Anas Khan, you've got Yasim Murtaza, Dhananjay Rao in the side with the left arm. Even Anshuman Rath occasionally rolls the wrist over the left arm. So packed full of left armers in the Hong Kong China side, and one of them, Yasim Murtaza, gets a wicket with his first delivery.
What a contrast we have at the crease. Someone as experienced as Yasim Murtaza, bowling to one of the under-19 stars for Japan, Koji Hardgrave Abe. He was the top run scorer for Japan at the Under-19 World Cup. Scored 69 not out against the UAE. And later we're going to see Charlie Hines as well. The left arm spinning all-rounder, just 15 years old. He's in the dugout. First ball for Abe. Nice and straight. Yeah, but straight away you can see that nice high elbow, head over the ball. Defensive technique there from Hardgrave Abe. And he's off the mark. First runs in the East Asia Cup for Koji Hardgrave Abe. What do you think, Aaron? Is that wicket going to change the way that Kendall Fleming plays?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I expect him to attack Yasim as soon as he gets anything loose. That's how he plays. As you said, averages 39, goes at a strike rate of well over 100. Doing it again today, 24 off 20.
Worked away in the leg side, an easy single. But I actually wonder if this is the right approach in the next 4 or 5 overs. Maybe just milk the singles. If you go at 5, 6 runs and over, just stabilize the innings. Just get well set. Then you can take 10, 11 and over off the last 5. It's pushed, it beats cover. They're thinking about a second here. And they're going to get back quite easily. That's good stuff there by Hardgrave Abe. 50 up as well here for Japan. 51 for 3 with 1 ball left in the 8th.
Yeah, nice stroke. Beat the infield. Get back for 2. Good running between these two already. Only just come to the crease, Abe.
Last ball of the over. Pushed. This time, cover in the form of Anshirad cuts it off. Good over for Hong Kong, China. 4 runs off it. And the big wicket of Ravi Chandran. After 8, it's 51 for 3.
For Hong Kong, China, I don't think they'll feel comfortable until they can remove the captain of Japan, Kendall Katawaki Fleming, looking good. 25 off 21, going at 119. He's the linchpin. If he stays out there, this score could be very big for Japan. And so, another change in bowling. Haruna Shard, Nasrullah Runner, I should say, coming in to the attack for the first time.
Yeah, a bit of pace. Don't mind it at all. Nasrullah Rana still young. He's got a very high ceiling as a cricketer. Very bright future for Hong Kong, China. First ball for Rana. Bowling to Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Tucked away off the hips. Should only be a single. So interesting to see Hardgrave Abe. How does he cope with the extra pace of Rana?
Nasrullah Rana in this morning's game bowled 2 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for none. That's how quick he was. That's how good he was. He is a lightning quick bowler. Managed to get 1 straight through the gate. Taking the wicket of Zhuang Zilin this morning. No runs coming off his bowling. 1 already today, though, off the first delivery.
It's taken some time to get his field set right. I think what he wants to do is he wants to send that fine leg back. This could be an indication that he could be going for the short delivery. And that's why you see long off as well coming into a mid-off. Is he going to bowl short? Oh, back of length. Yeah, good running there from Kendall Katawaki Fleming.
Quick delivery to Abe, angling back into the body, gets bat on ball, just trickles onto the leg side, gets through for safely for a single.
Yeah, dare say Nasrullah Rana, one of the quicker bowlers that Hardgrave Abe has probably faced. Tends to, well, we don't have any speed guns, but Sure, Nasrullah Rana gets very close to that 140 mark. Fleming again on strike. Bang down the ground. It's in the air. It might not go the distance. Oh, just about falls in the gap. Waiting for the signal from the umpire. Should be 4. Yeah, signaled 4 by John Prakash, but a streaky boundary, Aaron.
Streaky indeed. Bubba Hyatt only a few steps behind getting to that one. It fell inside the rope, but Bubba was more out at a deep point, had to run around to deep cover. You can see him flying along, but just couldn't get there in the end. But good signs for Hong Kong China. They won't mind that.
Yeah, good thinking there from Kendall. See, he was aiming for that touch and run. No single there, but that's what I mean with all that experience of playing grade cricket in Queensland. Kendall Fleming. He's the biggest threat as far as Hong Kong China are concerned.
Still going at a strike rate of 125.
Smashed into the leg side. In fact, there's nobody there. It races into deep mid-wicket for 4. Second boundary of the over.
Picked a gap nicely. There's 4 players on the leg side, 2 inside the circle. Picked the gap between the 2 out on the ropes. Split them 50-50. No way Haroon Ashad could get to that one. And another boundary.
He's looking very dangerous at this stage. Wasp once again in excess of 150. 10 off the over. Last ball. Down the ground. It's in the air. Could be taken. Oh, just short of Haroon Arshad. Yeah, he's lucky that it didn't go a bit straighter. Nonetheless, 11 off the over. You can see those Manhattans.
Very unlucky for Nasrullah Rana twice. The ball flew in the air, but luck's a fortune for Fleming. Manages to pick the gap or fall a bit short. And he's on 35 off 26 now.
You can see some bigger buildings for Japan in the last few overs. That final over of the power play, and then after that, the 7th over going for 15. Can they go big again? Ooh, just beats him on the inside edge, I think.
Yeah, I see him over the wicket to the left-hander, comes forward, tries to chop down on it, gets none on it, survives.
Yeah, not the first time today that we've seen the ball just keeping a little bit low. Slows it up. He's so intelligent, Yasim. See Katawaki Fleming now moving on to 36 with that single. He's already got 1 century and 5 half centuries in T20I cricket. Is he going to go 50 plus today again?
Can hear Anas Khan on the effects microphone, cheering on his left arm spinning counterpart. Yasim, great bowling, has been so far this over.
Ooh, a bit uppish there. Smashed down to long on. But if you're in Hardgrave Abe's shoes right now, maybe it's a matter of just staying there at the crease for the next 3 or 4 overs. Then going big with your captain in the last 5 or 6. 2 balls left in the 10th. Straight to mid-wicket. Yeah, good over so far, just 2 runs off it. Last ball coming up, and I suspect we're gonna take a small drink at the conclusion of the 10th. Smashed into the offside. And it's only a single. Good comeback there from Yasim Murtaza. Just 3 off the over after 10. It's 65 for 3. Quick look at the match summary. It's Japan who won the toss and elected to bat first. They lost a couple of early wickets, but Kendall Karawaki Fleming, he's been severe down the ground and, well, predictably powerful through mid-wicket. 37 off 30 for him. Koji Hardgrave Abe, still new at the crease, 5 not out. Yasir Murtaza, 1 for 7. Harun Arshad, 1 for 8 in his 2 overs. And Ezaz Khan taking 1 for 19 in 2 overs. We'll be back with you in around 2 minutes for the second half of this innings.
Welcome back, Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground on a Wednesday afternoon for Game 2 of the East Asia Cup. Aaron Bush taking you through the next 5 overs. Nazrullah Rana, he was expensive in his first over, went for 11, but 2 chances. They didn't go down, they didn't go to hand, but he would have been quite happy seeing the lofted strokes from Karawaki Fleming. Jay was mentioning he averages 39. He's now on 37, so Hong Kong would like to see the end of him. Nazrullah Rana bangs one in a little bit shorter, just drops at the toes. No chance for that quick single. No slip in place for Nazrullah. Got a deep third. Just shuffling the deep square leg more around to deep mid-wicket. Long on the ropes, a wideish long off. Zaz Khan. So a deep cover. Oh, a big inside edge over the top of the stumps. Races down. Nobody's going to stop that one. There's no deep fine leg anyway. And another boundary. Fleming moves to 41. See this one again off the bowling of Nazrullah. Gets that inside edge. Luck's not with Nazrullah at the moment. Another boundary for Japan. That one's going to be an extra as Nazrullah pushes it down the leg side. Hong Kong China using plenty of bowlers again. Nazrullah Rana, the 6th bowler used in just 10.2 overs. Right, oh, it's just gone into the hand and dropped out again. Right Yorker length. Oh yeah, wouldn't put it down as a catching chance, but if it had stuck, it was out. That's just how this first 9 balls, legal deliveries from Nasrullah Rana has gone for him. It's not smashed through his right hand, it's falling into gaps or just wide field. Now he'll be bowling to Hardgrave Abe. Back over the wicket. Good bat on ball there and a good diving effort to cut that one off because that was crunched and going all the way to the boundary for 4. Instead it's a single. Yasin Murtaza, and that's a stinger as well. Look at that for acrobatics. The youthful Yasin Murtaza. Gets hit his right hand, so it's not his bowling arm, at least bowling hand. Back around the wicket for Nasrullah Rana. Yorker length, that's coming our way, right over the top of the commentary position. This one stayed inside the ground. Jay Dancing Hani is doing the ball retrieval. Back it goes. In the slot, trying that Yorker length, this time just a few yards short, and he's outside off. Thumped. He's loving those ones. Fleming moves to 48 off 34, strike rate of 141.2. 2 runs away from his half century. Nasrullah, again crunch this way. This one in the air, falls just in front of Azaz Khan. Got his body behind it to block it. Brilliant effort, keeps it to a single. Hard in mouth for Karawaki Fleming again, but that one did not carry. Azaz tried to get to it, got right to the fall of the ball. It's just in front, body behind it, keeping it to a single. And all of a sudden, very quickly, this is the biggest partnership for Japan, 32 on the back of 25 off 15 from the captain. Abe just helping out, 6 off 8. And Yasin Murtaza from the softball ground end be the first bowler for Hong Kong China to bowl more than 2 overs. This will be his 3rd. The captain just pushed for a single, and that will bring up his 50. A well-batted 50 on debut at the East Asia Games for 2024. Raises the bat, gets a round of applause from both sides of the ground. There's a good Japanese contingent over in the public area, plus his teammates. Kendall, Karawaki Fleming, 50 off 36. Hardgrave Abe back on strike now, round the wicket, Yasin Murtaza. Just pushes that straight to extra cover, no run. Hong Kong China after 3 quick early wickets. Bit subdued now, this partnership. Coming along nicely, crunched in front of point. It will just be a single. Come off the bat nicely. Bubba Hyatt patrolling the ropes. They've put a friend out there as well. Zaz Khan, the 2 Kowloon Cricket Club players, now out on the leg side boundary for Fleming. Goes down the pitch, tries to go big, just past the outstretched hands. Anshuman Rath, so cleaning up down on the ropes, the captain Nazakat Khan. 2 more. Wasn't far away, in the air again. Didn't get all of that one. Kendall, and he did get 2 more runs. Get that strike rate up to 140 now. Run rate 7.1, very handy. No run there though. Yasin Murtaza fights back with a dot. Final delivery of the 12th, cut away, at least one. They're pushing hard. Nishad, strong arm from out in the deep, keeps it to a single. 5 runs off the 12th. Japan now 84 for 3. This partnership 37 off 29. Ehsan Khan back into the attack, switching ends to the Argyle Street end. 2 overs, none for 10. Said this morning, very rare that you ever call a game. Ehsan Khan doesn't get in the wickets. So far, none to his name as he goes around the wicket. Follows the batter. Fleming moves out onto his leg side, so Ehsan follows him and allows the single. Coming up very shortly, we're going to have a fantastic interview. Mona Wong back with the microphone. We found the opener for Japan. Lachlan Yamamoto Lake is going to have a chat to Mona. Last time Mona had a chat to a player while the game was going on. Got a wicket. That one zipped through, not far from a wicket for Ehsan Khan. Watch the replay. Oh, very, very close to that off stump. Brought Nazrullah Runner in closer. And does get the wicket. The 4th wicket falls. Caught behind. Jamie Atkinson, good glove work. And Abe has to go. He's out for 7. And Japan, 85 for 4. While we wait for the next batter to come out, we will cross to Mona and Lachlan Yamamoto Lake.
So we have Lucky here with us now. Let's have a little chat with him. So the Japan team is at 84 runs for 5 right now. How many runs do you think would be a good defending score?
For defending, probably about 140, I would say. Losing a couple wickets early wasn't good for us. So yeah, 140 would be good.
Confident?
Pretty confident with the bowling at the back end. Should be good.
Okay. How does the team feel visiting Hong Kong? Is the weather here good for playing cricket?
Yeah, so we just came back from Thailand, had a competition there, and the weather was terrible, really humid and hot, and here's really, really good and refreshing.
Better?
Yep,
Much better?
Much better, yeah.
Okay. Which team is the Japan team looking forward to play more, the Hong Kong team or the China team?
I'd say Hong Kong, because they're ranked very high in the world, at about, I reckon, 2021, I think it was. So it'd be good for us to, a good challenge for us.
Thank you. Which player do you personally want to play against and why?
I'd say probably Baba Hayat. Look up to him as a batsman. He's really good, got good set of technique and good game plan. So
makes sense.
Really good, yep.
And we hear that the team cheers every time you score a 6.
Yep.
Can you show us again what it is and tell us what it means?
Okay, so every time there's a boundary hit, so a boundary 4 is a doskoi. So it's like a doskoi, and then for a 6 is 2 doskois. So it's sort of like, I don't know, expression of force in a sense of hitting like power through a shot.
It's like ush?
Yeah, sort of like ush, like doskoi.
In Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Big thank you to Lachlan Yamamoto Lake joining us in the broadcast. So good to have access to players from Japan and China. We'll be doing interviews all week. And that's the end of a very successful over for Ehsan Khan. Got the breakthrough, breaking that huge partnership of 38 between the captain Fleming and Abe. But the captain's still out there. I said earlier, as long as Karawaki Fleming remains at the crease, he's going to be a danger to Hong Kong China. Yasser Mirza is going to bowl his final over. 3 overs so far, 1 for 12. And going out to bat, replacing Abe, was Declan Suzuki Macomb. He's out there at the non-striker's end. No, he's on strike, I should say. The captain at the non-striker's end on 54. Cut away nicely. Gets through Ehsan Khan. Haroon hikes it back, but they get back safely for another 2. Good running. It's a flying effort there from Haroon Ashad. Picked it up, flew in the air, threw it in. Could not prevent the second. Suzuki Macomb on strike. Moves right across his stumps and then just chops it down through backward point gully region for a single. Hassan Khan patrolling there, but they were off quickly. No more good running. Keep the runs ticking over for Japan. Still 6 wickets in hand, so they can start to push, especially once they've seen off Yasser Mirza at the end of this over. He'll be done for the day. It's been his usual miserly self. 1 for 15, 3.5 so far. Big change in the field. Anshman Rath now moving into a backward point position. Comes down, just sort of dribbles it down to long off though. Another single. Looking to attack there, Fleming, but puts another run on the board, rotating the strike. New batter out there. Declan faced 3 deliveries for his 4. He knows it's time to push. 6.2 overs remaining. Murtaza again comes across and almost plays that straight onto his stumps. It's gone down past leg stump for a single. He came a long way across. You look how far he came across. Outside off and almost swept that straight onto leg stump. One ball remaining in the 14th. Just an easy single onto the leg side to square leg. 6 runs coming from the 14th. Japan moving towards the 3 figures. They're 92 for 4. Yasser Mirza's bowled out now. Got a wicket. Ravichandran trying to hoik him well over the ropes, but a good catch by Martin Kutsia. Hassan Khan will bowl his final over. So far 3 overs, 1 for 12. Very similar to Yassim's figures. But he's bowling from the Argyle end. And that's the end that Katawaki Fleming likes to attack. He's already lost a couple of balls over the back fence. He's tried again, and it will go all the way, this one, into the side screen for a maximum. Runa Shah thought he was in the game right there, but saw it sailing 3/4 of the way up the side screen for 6. Bit short from Essart. Just cross-batted. And going again, aiming our way. That's going over the tent as well and out of the ground. Another ball lost. Big cheers from the Japan dugout. Katawaki Fleming. Lost count of how many 6s he's hit, how many balls he's lost. It's on 68, 5 4s, 5 6s. Jay standing next to me off mic. How many of the 5 6s have we lost balls on? It's at least 3, if not 4. Rubbing salt into the wound. Cricket balls are not cheap. That's what happens when you bowl from the Argyle Street end, the shorter of the 2 boundaries by far. And good attacking batting, bringing up the 100 for Japan. Back-to-back 6s. Captain for Hong Kong, China, Nazaka Khan, right back down near our commentary position at long off, hoping one of these is mishit. Still shuffling the field, moving deep square leg, more to a backward square leg. Now he's ready. What's going to happen with this delivery? More watchful, eased onto the leg side. Could get 2 here. Good running if they get it. Absolutely brilliant running between the wickets, these 2. There's a paddock on the leg side, so he didn't overhit it. Fleming just pushed it onto the leg side and took off for 2 runs. And 14 runs coming from the first 3 deliveries of Hassan's over.
Moves on to 70 now with those 2 runs.
Backs away. Swept away. He put somebody down there to stop that shot, and just as well he did. They're still going to get 2.
Yeah, 16 off the over so far. Nice sweep shot. Good stop in the deep, in fact. I think that's Martin Kutsia down there. Yeah, Martin Kutsia saved at least 2 runs there. 16 off the over. Still 2 deliveries left. Where's this going to go? It's guided into the offside, straight to backward point. Be relieved with that single. Declan Suzuki Macomb on strike now. Last ball of the over.
Hassan fires that one in. He is going to complete 4 overs with 1 wicket for 30. 5 overs remaining. Where can Japan get from here? 110 for 4 on the board.
Yeah, I dare say Japan will be the happier of the 2 teams right now. 5 overs left, still 6 wickets in the bank for the Japanese. And their captain, Kendall Katawaki Fleming, he's flying 73 off 50. The scary thing for Hong Kong China is he's still there. Hassan Khan, it's not often that we see him come in for such harsh treatment. But 2 consecutive 6s in that over from the left-handed captain of Japan. So Yasam's bowled out. That forces a change in bowling here. Into the attack once again, it's Azaz. That's a big appeal. Turned down. Looks like they've scampered through for a leg by, which brings Kendall back on strike. Yeah, just a bit too high. Belated appeal that from Azaz. Hit him quite high around the thigh pad area. That's guided. It was a bit uppish, but he's found the gap. That small gap between short third and gully. He's in that type of form, isn't he, Kendall Katawaki Fleming? Moves on to 77 now. So he's got the power, does Kendall. But he's also got the finesse. There you go. Knew exactly where the gap was. Threaded the needle. There was nobody down there to prevent the boundary. Once again, slamming the bat down on the crease. Coming around the wicket. Ooh, just goes on with the angle. Signaled wide. So a lot of questions here for Hong Kong China. See, just coming wide of the crease. And it's tough when you do that. You've got to start it at the right line. If you started a bit too straight, well, you're lucky, as ours, that it was only 1 wide and not 5 wides. Guided down to that short third. Hassan Khan can't prevent the single. There's batting to come here for Japan. They bat very deep. Might see someone like Ibrahim Takahashi, Ibi Takahashi coming in next. Reo Sakurano Thomas. He can give it a swing. That's a swing. Swing and a miss. But again, signaled wide. I gotta say, interesting. Umpire Niaz Ali there. He played against Japan just a few months ago. A few minutes ago. I'm telling you, it's been a long season. Maybe 1,000 overs worth of commentary recently. That one inside edged onto the pads. It's always alert to the possibility of a single though. Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Whether he's on strike or if he's at the non-striker's end. It's very hard to keep him quiet. Oh, but that's how you keep him quiet. Beautiful delivery from Azaz, squared up the Japanese skipper. That's the end of a fantastic innings from Kendall Katawaki Fleming. 78 of 53. This is why he's walking back to the dugout. Did he roll his fingers over this? Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like a bit of a slower delivery. Played all around that, did Kendall Fleming. Fantastic innings though. Japan, 119 for 5. 4 overs left after this. Walking to the crease at number 7 is that man we were talking about, Ibi Takahashi. He's a really good cricketer, Ibi Takahashi. Very tight off spinner who can bowl in the power play, can bowl in the middle overs, sometimes comes in at the death. He's also a very inventive stroke maker. Loves those paddles over the keeper and over fine leg. Likes to move around his crease. So don't be surprised if he moves across his stumps to access the leg side, or if he just clears that left leg and tries to create some room through the offside. It's a very proactive batter at the crease. It's a good time for him to come in as well. 25 balls left in this innings. Last ball of the over. It's eased away through the offside. Gets off the mark and will keep strike. End of a successful over. This for Hong Kong. 4 overs left. It's 120 for 5. And you can see some of the family of the players. Yuko Sakurano Thomas, the mother of Reo Sakurano Thomas, down there in the white pants. Got Declan Suzuki McComb's father as well in that blue shirt. You see a Japanese flag. Ryan Drake's dad, he's down here as well in Hong Kong. Very short trip down from Japan to Hong Kong. Yeah, got some support for the home side as well. Make no mistake about that. Change of bowling. Back into the attack. It's Harun Arshad. Started the maiden, didn't he, Harun Arshad? He's picked up a wicket as well. That big wicket of Mio, Wataru Miyauchi. Smashed through the offside. They're thinking about a second. Rana though. Strong throw. You don't take on that arm. Yeah, good thing he was sent back. Once again, you can see a demonstration of what I was talking about. He likes to create some room and just access that extra cover region. Yeah, I wonder if some of them are tuning into this live stream. And again, Harun just taking a little bit of time to get his field set right. It's a 5-4 offside field right now. No surprises, long on, long off. Both back on the boundary. With extra cover in the circle, a deep extra cover. Backward point. Now you can see deep fine leg just moving a little bit more square. I wonder if we're going to see him go for that wide Yorker. Oh, beautiful! Declan Suzuki McComb made his mind up nice and early. He wanted to go over the keeper. And we just spoke about this as well. That deep third moved a little bit more square. And that's the gap that he got it into. See, maybe shaping up to go over the keeper, but he had the flexibility to adjust at the last moment. Very dangerous cricketer, Declan Suzuki McComb. So 5 off the over already. There's every chance Japan could turn this into a big one. You can see that winning in score predictor now up at 159. I think Japan would be pretty happy if they get to 159. Bit of pressure here on Arshad. Good response in the block hole. Can't do much with that. Just a single down to Yasim at long off. He's telling deep cover to move a bit more square. And it goes straight to that deep cover. Yeah, good stuff. Harun Arshad took his time to get his field right. If Nasrullah Rana was fielding just a few meters to the left like he was earlier, it would have been an easy boundary. It's just a single there. 7 off the over. You can see Suzuki McComb just looking leg side again. He's got a nice little start here, 12 off 9. Smashed, and it's been signaled no ball as well. No, Yasim Murtaza, you have to cut those off. A regulation stop, didn't get his body behind it. So that's horrible from a Hong Kong-China perspective. It was a good delivery, actually, just overstepped, which is not ideal. Yeah, that wasn't ideal either. That's 5 runs, and it's going to be a no ball. Yeah, it looks to the heavens. Don't look to the heavens, Harun Arshad. Look down on the ground. Make sure you don't overstep again. Bang down the ground. There's cover in the deep. Martin Kutsia does well. Yeah, does really well, in fact. Prevents that second run. $13 off the over. Big, big one this for Japan. And now you can see that Wasp figure has ballooned to 163. At one stage it was about 148. These fielders in the deep, they better get ready. Straight to covers. Ibi Takahashi sneaks a single. Takahashi will keep the strike. 14 off that over. After 17, it's 134 for 5. And look at those Manhattans. From a Hong Kong-China perspective, too many Manhattans, especially in the second half of this innings. Some big overs. Look at that, an 18-run over, a 14-run over. So you had the feeling Hong Kong-China, especially after that third wicket, you thought they were in control of the game. But credit to Kendall Karawaki-Fleming. And now Suzuki McComb as well, putting the finishing touches on this innings. Cut away, Takahashi can't find the gap. He gets through for 1. Hey, look at that, he's been there for 5 balls, Takahashi, and picked up 5 singles. Shy at the stumps there. Yeah, he was comfortably in. He's a live wire between the sticks, isn't he? Ibi Takahashi. But McComb's got a bit of a start here, 17 off 11. He'll want to be there in the last over. Down the track, down the ground. Just short of long on. Didn't get that at all. Saw Azaz Khan close out the innings so well against Malaysia in the first game of that bilateral series. That's high. How long is that? Oh, they know how long it is. The Japanese dugout celebrate, because that's 6 more for the Japanese. Takahashi with his first maximum. Look at that, runs off every ball in his innings so far. Yeah, he was expecting that and absolutely flat batted it over a wideish long on for 6. Another expensive over loading for Hong Kong China. 8 runs off it. Niaz Ali, standing umpire. Yeah, like I said, late last year he played against Japan in the Asian Games. Now he's officiating a game between Hong Kong, China and Japan. What a story that is. Niaz Ali, I think he's got to be the first person to make his umpiring debut before making his playing debut. Pressure on Azaz. That's drilled through the covers. They're thinking about 2. Deep cover. That's a good throw, but he can't prevent the second. In fact, it's hit the stumps. It's going down for overthrows. It could go down to the boundary. Oh, that's an absolute disaster for Hong Kong. Oh, that's going to be 6 runs. Yeah, so there you go. Back-to-back 6s for Ibi Takahashi. You know, not the most conventional way to hit back-to-back 6s, but they'll take them however they come. But where was the backing up from Hong Kong, China? In the last 5 minutes, we've seen a misfield go through the legs of Yasim Murtaza. And now that ricochet going down to the boundary. That's 7 bonus runs they've conceded. Drilled through the covers. That's the long barrier out. Does he deep cover? 1 ball left in the over. 15 runs off it. He's taken 2 wickets in this spell. Azaz, 2 for 43. Last ball coming up. Clipped off the legs. Again, a call of 2. They turn it down. 18 overs gone. 150 up here for Japan. They're 150 for 5. Bit of pressure here on the home side now. Take a look at that batting card. 78 right up top for Kendall Karawaki Fleming of just 53 balls. And now Suzuki Macomb, Takahashi on 19 and 18 respectively. Japan, the visitors, in a fantastic position right now. Welcome back to the Combox, Aaron Bush.
Yeah, good spot for Japan to be in at the moment. 150 for 5, 12 legal deliveries remaining. They could go real big here and really put pressure on Hong Kong China's batting.
Every chance of 170, 175, maybe 180. A job to do here for Harun Arshad. Penultimate over coming up. That's drilled. How far has that gone? I think that's gone all the way. Yeah, John Prakash gets his arms up. And another maximum for Declan Suzuki Macomb this time.
In the slot from Harun Arshad. Declan batting on off, steps across, whips it off stump, carries a long boundary over the rope for 6.
As a captain, Going into a new World Cup cycle, you want your players under pressure. You want to see how they respond. That's how Declan Suzuki-McComb responds. Again, down to that deep third region. Inventive cricket. 10 coming off the first 2 balls.
This one was not far away from the grasp of Jamie Atkinson. First slip, would have taken it. Watch him get the bat ready, scoop it just inches, millimetres outside the left glove of Jamie Atkinson. Races down for 4 more.
Look at that, he's raced on to 29 off 15. Declan Suzuki-McComb, with that maximum, he showed he's got power. With that shot down to deep third, he showed he's got finesse. 10 off the first 2 balls. How far is this gonna go? Deep third this time, should cut it off. Yes, it's just a single down to Anas Khan in the deep. So good news for Japan. At least Suzuki-McComb's off strike.
That's good news for Japan.
No, good news for Hong Kong, China.
No, that makes more sense. Yes. Haroon took a couple of balls to get his length right. That one there, wide Yorker, the death bowling. That's what he's aiming for. But Takahashi's 18 off 8, so either way for Hong Kong, the scoring continues.
Ooh, off the toe end. Yeah, just a grunt of disgust there from Takahashi. He's being too harsh on himself. 19 off 9. You're doing pretty well, fella.
That was a good ball from Haroon Ashad as well. That Yorker length outside off, which he's trying to get. Tough ball to chop out. Chopped it out well. Yeah, you're right, Takahashi, a bit harsh on himself, but gets a single, and Suzuki-McComb back on strike.
12 of 4 deliveries. Again, another double figure over for Hong Kong, China. Drilled. Nizaka should cut it off. There's a decent comeback here from Arshad. Just 3 runs off the last 3 deliveries.
Almost got that perfect Yorker length set. That one just a little full, but very difficult to chop out. Got the single.
Last ball of Haroon Arshad's spell. Can he close it out with a wicket? .44-run partnership. Ooh, swing and a miss. Good end to the over. 3 singles and a dot. It's the end of his spell. 1 for 35 for Haroon Arshad.
Good delivery. Right. Making it move away. Rolled the wrists over it. Kept it to a dot. Fought back well after going for 10 off the first 2. Yes. 163. Jay, what do you think for the last 6 deliveries? That 180, still a chance.
Yeah, no doubt. 180 definitely still a chance. A look at that bowling card.
Yeah, runs are plenty. Just Yasser Mirza going for less than 5 and over. And the 5 wickets, that's the reason. They've been able to swing the bat at these late overs because they've got wickets in hand, Japan.
Big question. Who do they give that last over to? Looks like it might be Nasrullah Rana. Yeah, it looks like Nasrullah Rana there. Big responsibility here for Nas. Simon Willis, time and time again, he said, it's not just recently, but for a long time, we've had issues with our death bowling. Can he close things out? Here's Rana. Bang! Down the ground. Don't think he's quite got that, but still, it travels the distance, crashing into the side screen. Another maximum for Suzuki-McComb, his 2nd of the innings.
Just crunch this over pitch by Nasrullah Rana, too full. Onto it quickly. Long boundary, gets underneath it nicely. Into the side screen for 6.
Yeah, interesting. Because it looked like it came off the bottom half, the toe end of the bat. But still enough power on that to crash into that side screen. Yeah, thankfully we didn't lose another ball. Clipped Full toss, you can't bowl there to a well-set batter. Moves into the 40s now, 41 off 19. And again, 10 runs coming in the first 2 balls of the 20th.
Back-to-back full tosses from Nazrullah Rana. You were saying Simon Willis, head coach of Hong Kong China, has pinpointed there's been an issue with death bowling, and back-to-back full tosses suboptimal.
Suboptimal, less than ideal. Throw whatever euphemism you want at that. Suzuki McComb. Look at that, 41 off 19. Ah, this time he misses it. It seems like that's one of his favorite shots.
He's liking getting the scoop underneath, but a good delivery this time from Nazrullah. Still very full, but this time nice and wide.
I think he'll feel like he's missed out there. There's a full toss there, outside, off stump. It's usually a safe delivery, that wide Yorker, but he's got a solution. That's a good delivery. Can't do much with that. They're thinking about a second though. They're going to come back for it. Look at that, Japan. Lightning quick between the wickets. Takahashi and Suzuki McComb. Signaled no ball as well, Aaron.
Oh dear. Nazrullah Rana gets the ball perfectly. Gets that Yorker, but he overstepped. Free hit coming. And like you said, Jay, that was fantastic running between the wickets between the 2 Japanese players out there. Takahashi and Suzuki McComb. But you can't be bowling no balls in the death over.
Yeah, what that means is 15 runs have come off this over. Still 2 balls left. You called it, Aaron. 180, a real chance. Free hit. Yeah, he's done well. Hasn't overstepped this time. It's going to be a single. Yeah, runs off the bat, in fact. Did well. Just following the batter on that occasion. So he's not going to reach his half century, Suzuki McComb. He's 46 off 23. I'm going to stick my neck out and say it. Japan at this stage, they're in front of this contest. Got to say, with this total, they might just be favorites to clinch this second game. Good end to the innings. Another Yorker dug out to long on. So it's only a single, but still a fantastic end to a really good performance this from Japan. After 20 overs, they end on 180 for 5. No, in fact, it seems like we're going to have another delivery. Yeah, of course, there was that no ball. Yeah, false alarm. They wind up again. Again, he finds that Yorker. This time it will be the end of the innings. So I'm not sure. Maybe we got it wrong. Maybe the umpires made a small but understandable error. Nonetheless, fantastic stuff from Japan once again. And an innings highlighted, of course, by that fantastic 78 by Kendall Karawaki Fleming. But credit where credit is due. Gets to 46, does Declan Suzuki McComb. 4 boundaries and 2 sixes in that fantastic knock from the left-hander. You got to give credit to Ibi Takahashi as well. 2 maximums in his knock of 20. That's a big partnership as well for the 6th wicket. Partnership of, it looks like 60 or 61. We'll get confirmation soon enough. But look, at the end of the day, if you're Hong Kong, China, I'm not sure if this necessarily represents the best outcome for you.
I think the total is 179 at the end of 20 overs. That's more than Hong Kong China scored against China this morning. And that big score, 179, on the back of the captain's knock. We're going to pull up the wagon wheel of the captain before we go to our little innings break. There it is. Kendall Karawaki Fleming, the captain, opening the batting. 78 off 53, 6 fours, 5 sixes. Look where he punished those sixes. The orange lines, 4 of them actually flew over the top of our head in the commentary position. Just crunched them, and at least 3 of them went out of the ground and were lost. Big innings, 78. The rest of the team putting on 101 on the back of the captain, Kendall Karawaki Fleming. So a big score, 179 in the books. You can see the batting card now. Hong Kong thought they were on top, really. They had 4 batters back in the sheds for single figures, but 3 did the job for Japan. The captain, as we mentioned, 78. And then right there at the end, a partnership of 60 between Suzuki Macomb and Takahashi. 45 off 23 for Declan Suzuki. 4 fours, 2 sixes in that 45. And Takahashi, a couple of sixes himself in his 20 off 11. We'll have a quick look at the bowling card for Hong Kong China. It started well, but then got expensive, as I've mentioned earlier. Yasin Mirza, the only bowler under 7 runs and over at 4.5 for his 4 overs. Azula runner at the end, expensive final over. Haroon Rashad's death over was also started off a bit expensive, 13 off that final over, the 19th over. So 179 in the books for Japan. That means Hong Kong China will require 180 for victory. That means 9 and over. Inning break almost done here at Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. East Asia Cup Game 2, Aaron Bush with you. 179, a big score for Japan on the board. Just the 5 wickets falling. The runs coming from just 3 players. The captain, Kendall Karawaki Fleming, 78 off 53. Declan Suzuki Mako, 45 off 23. And Ibrahim Takahashi, 20 off 11. More on the score than Hong Kong China managed this morning against China. They scored 171 in that game, so they're going to have to outdo that. They did score 171. They were at 13 for 3 at one point. Same opening partnership, it looks like today. Martin Kutsia and Nazaka Khan will open the batting for Hong Kong China. Martin looking to get some runs. Just 3 this morning, and his captain Nazaka Khan opening with him, only got 6 as well. Both of them falling in that devastating 3rd over spell from Tien Sen Kun and getting 3 wickets in 4 balls. Hong Kong China will be hoping not for a repeat against Japan. And Japan, you can hear them, they're loud, they're ready. Got the fight chant on as they come out to try to defend their 179. Umpire John Prakash asking which end would you like to start the bowling from? It looks like it's going to be the Argyle Street end, his end. There's actually still some discussion. Think it's going to be the Argyle Street end. They are heading towards the softball ground end. No, the keeper's heading down that way, so we'll definitely be starting from the Argyle Street end. And Rio Sakurano looks like he's going to open the bowling for Japan. Big, tall, right arm, medium fast. There he is on screen. Perhaps the tallest player out there for Japan. Nice big tall bowler. Right arm over the wicket. Martin Kutsia will take strike. Zakat Khan at the non-striker's end. One slip in place. Fly gully. They've got backward point, no deep third. And they're also not putting in a fine leg. They've got a deep square leg for Martin Kutsia to open up as we start the run chase. Starts with a dot. Number 179 on the board for Japan, and that included the first over being a maiden from Harun Ashad. So they scored 179 in 19 overs, Japan. Great fun to watch, big hitting, lots of sixes. 10 sixes, in fact. And that's going to be a wide to start with, well taken. Running down the leg side, Mio with the gloves on for Japan. And first runs on the board for Hong Kong, coming as an extra. Wide swatted, they do have that player. That's not a deep third, backward point, so they'll get back for 2 first runs off the bat for Martin Kutsia and Hong Kong China. It's quite wide there. Sakurano pushed one down leg, then one well outside off. Again, outside off and good fielding. Lachlan Yamamoto Lake, who was on our broadcast, had a chat to Mona Wong. Very, very nice of him to drop by and have a chat to the broadcast, and now out in the field. And they're making a change. They're having 2 outside. Oh, they're still rotating the field. Yamamoto comes back inside the circle. They've put out a deep cover along with that floating backward point region down near the benches. That one's hit straight, hard, well fielded. They get through for a quick single, though. Good running. Rotating the strike, and this will bring Nazaka Khan on strike for his first delivery. See the run rate required. Started at exactly 9 to get the 180 for the win for Hong Kong China. It's gone big over the infield. It's not going to go all the way to the boundary, is it? Getting chased down. Good run down there from Takahashi. Kept it to 2. Some aggression from the captain, Nazaka Khan, early. First delivery. Decides to go up and over. Extra cover. One ball remaining in the first. That's gone straight up in the air. This could be the first wicket to fall. And it is. The catch is taken. The captain has to go. Nazaka Khan out for 2. And at the end of the first over, Hong Kong China 6 for 1. So that man again, Takahashi, chased down the last one. Stop it going to the boundary for 4. And this time, towed straight up in the air from Nazaka Khan. And 1 over done. One wicket down for Hong Kong China.